riding up hills is hard. Riding up steep hills is the hardest. In this video, we will tell you how to make it as quick and easy as possible with a whole load of tips and hacks that we've worked out from a team of 5 ex-professional cyclists and 1 scientist.
First things first, not all steep climbs are equal. Some are brutally short, others painfully long. How much time it will take you to get to the top is going to completely govern how you ride up it. If it's short, i.e. you can see the top of it from the bottom, the best way is often to attack it. Just try and get over it as quickly as possible. Not with a full-blown sprint, but by working hard to keep your speed up so that you're up and over it before you get too out of breath.
On a climb like this, it's important to try and start at the bottom with as much speed as possible, because that will carry you up the climb a long way for free.
If you have to do this too much on one ride, it will of course make you tired. But put it this way, would you rather spend 2 minutes riding up a hill or 30 seconds?
On climbs that are too long for this, we're going to need a different approach. We're going to back off so that we keep enough in reserve to make it up the climb. In fact, we want to take almost the opposite approach. As you hit the bottom of the climb, you want to back off entirely and then settle into a nice rhythm and a pace that you know that you can sustain. If you don't know what this is, or in fact, how long the climb is, then it's better to just take it easy, because it's better to be safe than sorry.
Once you've decided how you're going to approach it, what are our tips and tricks on making the climb easier? What gear you choose is going to be really important. So always select the small chainring before you get to the climb so that you have your easiest gears accessible to you. The slower you go, the harder it is to shift chainring, so don't get stuck. On really steep climbs, it's quite likely that you'll run out of gears. Basically, none of them are easy enough. On long climbs, this can be an issue, so if you regularly run out, then ask your local bike shop to see if you can fit easier ones.
If you do run out of gears though, it doesn't necessarily mean disaster, because it's quite possible that you can keep a big gear turning just by pressing harder. It makes it much easier if you've got pedals that you clip into, because then you can pull up as well as push down, and that should help give you the torque that you need to keep those big gears turning.
It's like your hamstrings can act as a brief turbo boost, like afterburners. Similarly, pulling on the handlebars can give you a little extra power. It's not pretty, but it is effective.
Now, should you ride in or out of the saddle? We've shown both so far, so which is best?
It depends, is the answer. On short climbs, almost always out of the saddle so that you can generate the kind of power that you need far more easily. You'll find that you run out of gas more quickly, but as we've said, for short bursts, this is not an issue.
On long, steep climbs though, well, it's down to the individual. I personally would always advocate riding in the saddle, because for me, it's just more efficient.
Some riders, though, have no problem riding out of the saddle for long periods. Think of some of the world's best climbers, like Marco Pantani, Alberto Contador, Simon Yates, and Ollie Bridgewood.
Ah, yes. Not just a scientist. Do your own experiment at home and find out which style works best for you.
If you prefer sitting down, you will find it much easier, although less comfortable, admittedly, if you can sit forward on the saddle. It keeps your riding position similar to when you're on flat roads, and it will help you get the power out. If you prefer out of the saddle, just be careful that you back off the effort, as it is easy to overcook it. What most people find works best, though, is a combination of the two, alternating between in and out of the saddle to give tired and aching muscles a little bit of time to stretch and recover.
As a last resort, the one thing that might keep you on your bike as opposed to getting off and walking is to weave from side to side on the road, if traffic conditions allow. But by cutting across the gradient, although you make the climb longer, it's less steep. And that might be just what you need. I'm walking. I'm done. No shame in this either, okay? No shame at all.
So there you have it. Those are our tips to help you conquer steep climbs. And don't be put off by steep climbs, because getting to the top of one can be amongst the most rewarding experiences in cycling. And what's the worst that can happen? You end up walking like Si. Which isn't that bad.
No shame in that. For me, the most important thing to take away is go as easy as your gears will allow on long, steep climbs. The climb is hard enough that the effort will find you in the end.
Don't write checks your body can't cash.
Yeah, right. Now, the one thing that is worse than riding up steep climbs is riding down them in the rain. So we had better get out of here. Quick, smart.
Yeah, let's get some pizza.
All right, see you on the next one.
Love you, bye!